Hello, everyone. I'm going to get into your reading. I decided to do a little bit something different. So, we're going to do what's coming next for you. And I have, look, we have love at the bottom. Um, I have a Virgin Mary candle burning today because it is the Mother Mary's feast day. Happy birthday. Um, and I was also feeling that you might get some interesting invitations to people's events and things like that. So let's see what's really coming for you in these next couple of weeks. This reading is going to be timeless, so whenever you are watching this, it is made perfectly for you during this phase of your life. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Empress in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, and we also have the High Priestess in reverse. So just immediately looking at this, it's quite interesting to have the Knight of Cups in the middle in reverse, straight up, and then the rest of the cards in reverse, which really tells me that you are shifting into, wow, you are shifting into a period of your life where you are no longer wanting, desiring, or needing to hold on to anything negative anymore. It's like you've spent a long time living in this state of fear and sometimes hopelessness, or I'm also hearing anxiety. And in these coming weeks, you're going to be really stepping into this new version of yourself that has the clarity here with this Ace of Swords, that has the clarity of what they are truly desiring in their life. And I'm also hearing like, and that it's okay to take one step, like one step and then another step and then another step, and then all of a sudden you realize you're walking, then all of a sudden you realize you're running, then all of a sudden you realize you're flying, all these things. So you're giving yourself the grace to be able to learn at a speed that is good for you. And I'm also hearing that is also very divine. You're not taking on any more people's advice about like what your life should look like in this phase, because you already know in your heart what connection you have to the universe and to spirit. And we also have, the Empress card here in reverse and the Temperance card in reverse. So it's almost like you're no longer going to use some excuses that I'm hearing from the past around what you are capable of in terms of your emotions and who you are as a person. Like it's almost like you had people in your life, while they were good people, they didn't quite bring out the sides of you that exist emotionally, creatively. I'm also hearing like they weren't quite inspirational. They weren't quite inspirational. And you're shifting out of that energy and you're coming into this state of becoming the Empress. Like the Empress is someone who knows what they are desiring and then uses different avenues to create it. And it may not be something as tangible as like, oh, I may have this new art idea and I'm going to create it on a canvas, which it can be like, maybe you are an artist and that has been happening. But it's also like, I know that I want to feel stability every single day when I wake up. And so you consciously choose that day something that makes you happy, like also in that realm, because the Temperance card is also about emotions and balancing. And I'm also getting here like you're also being protected right now during this phase of your life to be able to discover the parts of you that you've had to hide away or weren't prioritizing as much. Because what we have here in the middle is the Knight of of Cups, which the Knight of Cups is an energy of, taking these new emotions that you've balanced and steadily moving forward in life without like the force of let's say like the Knight of Wands, right? The Knight of Wands is a very, very fast driven energy. Like you see here, this person is sitting straight up, they're looking towards the future, and they have their cup like, okay, I've got all these possibilities. What do I want to choose? And this horse is like gently kind of waiting there, but also like, tell me where to go, right? So it's almost like you took the reins on your life, and you're sitting quite steadily in who you are, and that's the energy that you're going to be taking with yourself over these next um, couple of weeks. And we have the King of Swords here, with the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is you no longer living in a state of like hyperfixation on what you need to do. It's almost like being in analysis paralysis for too long, of overthinking what are my next steps. You are definitely getting rid of that energy and saying, no longer do I need to sit here and think about it. And I'm also getting that you're heavily connecting with I'm hearing like spiritual guides, also specifically angels, maybe like Raphael might be coming around a lot for you right now, even the Virgin Mary, or you might be getting this kind of biblical energy every once in a while. Um, and just this sense of being called towards your highest self, and also you may be getting taught by other ascended masters and things like that, um, because this next card is the High Priestess, but it's in reverse, but clarifying it is the Ten of Cups, which is like your happily ever after. So you end up moving towards the Ten of Cups in the next coming weeks. And it's almost like you have this epiphany that you have manifested the life that you've always wanted. And it looks different than what you thought. And it gives you this ease and this comfort of you can create anything. And now that you know that this is possible and that you have your gifts and this clarity and emotional stability, and this drive towards being an empress, and the clarity of the divine, it's almost like you're saying to yourself, the sky is the limit. Like, if I can do this, then I can do anything. And you shift into this way of living that you haven't seen yourself do before. Like, you become this energy of really being unstoppable, and I'm hearing like wholehearted, like wholehearted. um you may even be walking away from people who, yeah, like there's just a lot of focus. I just keep hearing around like people who aren't inspiring you. So it's like you're choosing to be inspired. Yeah, so we have the Four of Wands here in reverse, of like the people who haven't been celebrating you and your achievements, or celebrating life in general. You're choosing not to be around them anymore. You're choosing not to be around them. Yeah, it's almost like they were they were enabling in you a mindset that you realize that you didn't have, or that you didn't have before, but kind of developed maybe in these connections. Excuse me. You might be clearing your throat chakra soon, or maybe you're learning to speak up for yourself. um, it's almost like you couldn't see the opportunities, right? Because we have the Seven of Cups here. You couldn't see the opportunities before. You didn't know that they existed because you were hidden. Like, your mindset was kind of hidden away and focusing on people and situations that weren't serving you. And it just feels really significant. And like, now that you're in this state of peace, you're like, wow, I've had these options all along. I didn't understand. um, yeah. So we also have the Eight of Cups here in reverse. Like, you may have gone through some time where you may have been circling around relationships that you thought were going to be beneficial for you, but then ended up not being beneficial. Yeah, we have the Queen of Cups here at the bottom. So it's like you really had to sit and contemplate what makes you the most happy, but from your heart space. Like literally I see you like working with your heart space. Um and realizing that you can't have your 10 of cups when like all of your cups here are upside down. Right, it's almost like you realize like, wow, I have all this opportunity to create the life that I am living, but I don't have the emotional capacity, the mental capacity, those sorts of things. Yeah, and you're learning how abundant you really are. Birds might be significant, getting out in nature. Maybe you've been eating more fruits and things, but you're learning how abundant you actually are. And I'm sensing that, your abundance, especially with your prosperity, but also I'm hearing in love, is going to continue to grow for you. So it could be romantic, like even if you're in a relationship, like it's like you're moving into a time of peace because you had to release all this other energy behind you that wasn't serving you. Yeah, it's like old childhood trauma that was keeping you from this energy. Because, with the 6 of Cups in reverse, it's really like coming out of that stage of inner child trauma, or at least facing it in a way to help you. Yeah. You could have had a mentality in you that was like, you always have to work hard in order to be happy. And so it was like you were doing the things every day to work hard, and maybe on paper it looked like you would be successful, but then you realized, I don't think I'm the successful that I want to be. Right? Like it's like you're like, whose definition of success is this? It's not my definition of success. So that's just really interesting to have that here. Yeah, it's this like chasing money instead of allowing it to come to you, but you are, look how beautiful you are in this manifestation portal right now, and you're going to be for the next couple of weeks. It feels like 3 to 4 weeks, as you move towards this 10 of Cups. This is so cool. So know that, again, you are the creator of your reality. And at the bottom of the deck here we have the 3 of Pentacles. So you have a community which you didn't have before. So for some of you, you manifested new people into your life, and if they're not quite there yet, they're about to be. And it may be people that you're going to be friends with for a long time, or it could be like destiny helpers and things like that, right? Because they're kind of showing me as, or they're showing me as, you are this energy, and this is the person. It's almost like you're learning something from these people, whoever they are, um, information that you might need. So let's get some advice cards for you and your journey ahead these next couple of weeks. Let's see what's in store for you. Okay, wisdom. So wisdom is all about, tapping into the inner depths of your soul, right? You think about the octopus in the ocean, and how they um, swim around, and they kind of find these crevices to be in sometimes, and hide away, and almost blend in with their environment, but at any moment, they're able to reappear as this like very powerful, majestic type of sea creature. And it's because they have a deep knowledge of the sea, of the land around them, right? And the sea is really your emotions that live within you. And we also have, this evil eye here. So it's like you're sitting as this octopus, and living your life, but you're also looking in the shadows of yourself, and protecting what you've created is what I'm hearing. This 10 of cups. So it's like you're sitting in this energetic container, where you're manifesting, you're falling in love or growing love. You have this soul tribe, and you're really living in a state of bliss. And for this other card, which is also, very water vibes as well, it's grounding. Um, and also, you think about an anchor, like when it comes off of the boat, right? It goes to the bottom of the sea and it stays there, and it keeps the boat from drifting away, or losing itself. And it's almost like you're being really intentional with even your magic, and not getting caught up in just spirituality, or just the 3D realm. It's like you're living this life of balance, of I'm hearing like fortitude as well, and transparency. I'm also hearing, so it's like you don't have anything to hide anymore. Oh, how lovely. So we also have happiness as a card for you. And also, these are advice cards, right? So remembering to ground yourself, but it feels like you're doing that anyways, and to stay in the middle of your knowledge, and to always seek happiness. But it does feel like you're already actively creating that. And so, your guidance would really be to continue to immerse yourself, as I'm hearing, immerse yourself, oops, sorry, into the moments that make you the most happy. Whether I see animals, like whether it's with animals, or you're outside, or with someone you love. I'm starting to get a little yawny now. So if you like naps, maybe take some more naps, or rest, or sit in a hammock, do the things that you love. Have a picnic. That always like brightens my day. But I also see a picnic, but I see like a picnic with a cute little basket, and some delicious, like bubbly Italian soda, or something like that. Um, just something really fun. And at the bottom of the deck, we have courage, also as your advice. Oh, look at that. And destiny popping through. So being courageous in your life endeavors, and realizing that you have the key to unlock everything in your future. This bird cage, right? Earlier I was talking about birds, so birds seem quite significant. You might be getting messenger birds. Flowers are also everywhere in this spread. So you might also love flowers, or maybe putting flowers on your altar or on your desk would be really healing for you. Um, but it's like you're unleashing this part of you that's been hidden. Maybe some of you are singers, right? When you think of a canary in a bird cage, and the bird, um, being released and open, like this cage being open, and the irony being that you had the key, right? You had the key and you didn't know it, but now you know it, and so you just unleash on the world your like magnificence. And not having to really shield yourself. Like, obviously you have your energy and the evil eye, but it's like you were so shielded before, and softening, but also doing it from a place of courage, right? We have a lion here. Like, lions rule the kingdom. I'm hearing that song, the Beyonce song. If you haven't heard it, it's really good. It's called like Keys to the Kingdom, or something like that. So if you like Beyonce, I would definitely listen to it. Um, yeah, it's so loud. It's so loud. So definitely listen to that song. It seems very significant. And it's a very fun kind of song, but it's in the theme of like Lion King and stuff like that. I'm also hearing like Rafiki could be important, sharing that knowledge of wisdom. So maybe some of you are teachers, or healers of some sort. Um, and and you might find some joy in just speaking with people about what you've learned in your life, but to continue to be courageous about it, because these next couple of weeks for you are going to be very powerful, very bright, very joyful, right? The Ten of Cups and the Magician, and just to be your most authentic self. So I'm going to end this here, everybody. If you need anything, definitely let me know. You can book personal readings. They're $144 for 20 minutes or text tarot for 22. And if you need additional healing sessions and coaching, you can find the link in the description as well. And I will talk to you all later, friends.